Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrines Drama Hour on YouTube. The title of today's show is Black Panthers and Zulu Connection. Chicago Black Panthers. So there's particular Black Panthers and Zulus that I'm connecting here today. Now, as you see on the screen, you see Chicago Black Panther Layla Wheels. She will be representing the Chicago-based Black Panthers. She's a Panther Cub. She all the way down with the Black Panthers, and the things she do represent the Black Panthers, love it or not. But anyway, and on the right of that is Brother Shep, a New York-based Zulu, or should I say Black Panther? I'm getting confused here a little bit, people, because the Zulus and the Black Panthers are almost one and the same. Remember that the Zulus took over the games. So, to talk to the West Coast Black Panthers a little bit, I remember growing up and seeing a movie called Bastards of the Party. Anybody remember that movie? And how you had bastards of the parties, people that was once Black Panthers that became Bloods and Crips and selling drugs and doing illegal things of that nature. Well, the East Coast got some bastards. Chicago got some bastards. It's a lot of Black Panther parties out there. They once in America was big as Zulu because everybody wanted to be a Black Panther back in the 70s and things of that nature. So, what I want to do is remind y'all of some of the creed in the. I'm gonna take you to the 10 points of the Panthers. I got it on video. You're gonna hear the computer reading, and I'm gonna get back and I'm gonna have the computer read some more, and I'm gonna give commentary on what it's reading.
What we believe. 1. We want freedom. We want power to determine the destiny of our Black community. We believe that Black people will not be free until we are able to determine our destiny.
So you see that they want the destiny. This is Black nationalism. This is stuff that the Black Panthers heard Malcolm X speak about and start putting in their ideology. So while one Layla Wheels and the Zulu Nation come together with her brother Shep, a bastard of the party or whatever.
2. We want full employment for our people. We believe that the federal government is responsible and obligated to give every man employment or a guaranteed income. We believe that if the white American businessman will not give full employment, then the means of production should be taken from the businessman and placed in the community so that the people of the community can organize and employ all of its people and give a high standard of living. 3. We want an end to the robbery by the capitalist of our Black community. We believe that this racist government has robbed us and now we are demanding the overdue debt of 40 acres and 2 mules.
So as you see, the Panthers believe in getting their money. You owe us. You owe Black Americans that were slaves, this and that. And we ain't talking about the islanders, the Dominican Republic, and this and that. We talking about a certain Black.
40 acres and 2 mules was promised 100 years ago as restitution for slave labor and mass murder of Black people. We will accept the payment in currency which will be distributed to our many communities. The Germans are now aiding the Jews in Israel for the genocide of the Jewish people. The Germans murdered 6 million Jews. The American racist has taken part in the slaughter of over 50 million Black people. Therefore, we feel that this is a modest demand that we make. 4. We want decent housing, fit for shelter of human beings. We believe that if the white landlords will not give decent housing to our Black community, then the housing and the land should be made into cooperatives so that our community, with government aid, can build and make decent housing for its people. 5. We want education for our people that exposes the true nature of this decadent American society.
See, so they got a 10-point pay and we at 5 now. I know some of y'all don't like education. Y'all don't like street knowledge and no knowledge. So I seen the numbers was high at first, but now they went down. It's all good. This is my podcast. Watch if you want to, listen and learn if you want to. But I'm not here to cater to none of you all. So let me continue with what I'm doing.
We want education that teaches us our true history and our role in the present day society. We believe in an educational system that will give to our people a knowledge of self. If a man does not have knowledge of himself and his position in society and the world, then he has little chance to relate to anything else. 6. We want all black men to be exempt from military service. We believe that black people should not be forced to fight in the military service to defend a racist government that does not protect us. We will not fight and kill other people of color in the world who, like black people, are being victimized by the white racist government of America. We will protect ourselves from the force and violence of the racist police and the racist military, by whatever means necessary. 7. We want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of black people. We believe we can end police brutality in our black community by organizing black self-defense groups that are dedicated to defending our black community from racist police oppression and brutality. The Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States gives a right to bear arms. We therefore believe that all black people should arm themselves for self-defense. 8. We want freedom for all black men held in federal, state, county, and city prisons and jails. We believe that all black people should be released from the many jails and prisons because they have not received a fair and impartial trial. 9. We want all black people when brought to trial to be tried in court by a jury of their peer group or people from their black communities, as defined by the Constitution of the United States. We believe that the court should follow the United States Constitution so that black people will receive fair trials. The 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution gives a man a right to be tried by his peer group. A peer is a person from a similar economic, social, religious, geographical, environmental, historical, and racial background. To do this, the court will be forced to select a jury from the black community from which the black defendant came. We have been, and are being, tried by all white juries that have no understanding of the average reasoning man of the black community. 10. We want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, and peace. And as our major political objective, a United Nations supervised plebiscite to be held throughout the black colony in which only black colonial subjects will be allowed to participate, for the purpose of determining the will of black people as to their national destiny. When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume, among the powers of the earth, the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That, to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that, whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles, and organizing its powers in such form, as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly, all experience hath shown, that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But, when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such government, and to provide new guards for their future security.
So that was it, people. That was it. That was it. See, I know y'all don't have patience. Y'all can't sit through nothing. If it's not shake your booty. That's why hip hop is so prevalent in the black community, because ignorant people love things that donkey rhythms and things of that nature and stuff that I don't know why they do it, but that's black people. That's why I don't claim to be black, but I help any nationality of people. And now we're going to get into my portion of it. Y'all can hear my thought pattern.
New Black Panther Party. This is the power of street knowledge, and for the next generation Israel doctrine has created as a refuge from the traitors amongst us in the so-called black community, the Hebrew Israelite community, the Islamic community, the modern African community, even in the white community, and the online conscious community. And let's be clear, people, this is on 6 of 7 continents when we speak on the universal Zulu nation and its affiliate, and with the one continent in the float, this is global.
So let's be clear. It's on 6 of the 7 continents. If this is not global, then what is global? What do you know is on 6 of the 7 continents? NATO? But you just heard the Black Panther Party 10-point blah, blah, blah about nation and Thorn and all that stuff, right? Let's keep listening.
Here I will be discussing what I believe to be connection between the Black Panthers and Universal Zulu Nation, and even the new Black Panther Party, and how these affiliations involve Chicago-based journalist Layla Wills and her attempts to secure her position in hip-hop history, mainly by forming an alliance with Troy Star Torain of the Snitch Network in a supposed movement to take down Afrika Bambaataa, a founder of the Universal Zulu Nation, for what is alleged to be child sex trafficking and statutory rape of underage teenage boys, going on over 40 years in Bronx River housing projects in New York City and abroad.
What is alleged, right? Because none of them have ever taken Bambaataa to court. They say it's a John Doe out there taking man to court now, but we don't know nothing about that. We don't hear nothing about that in hip-hop news or none of that, because they never made a dent in hip-hop society or whatever, right? So everything is alleged. Even in that Trapped in the Culture documentary, she alleged, and these are allegations against Bam, but we ain't saying none of this because they were scared. They were scared. They were scared to say that her son took a picture to murder a boy, and he's willing to take Bam to court and tell the court that Bam gave him a picture to take the boy life and everything. They was afraid of that. They couldn't run my government.
This episode of the podcast will address how Layla Wills ties into the Chicago Black Panther Party and will raise questions as it relates to racketeering and influence corrupt organization of her affiliate Hassan Campbell, an alleged victim of Afrika Bambaataa, and the potential for various cover-ups as it relates to the allegations against Universal Zulu Nation and its Zulu Warriors security arm.
Yes, the Universal Zulu Nation and the Zulu Warriors security arm. Because all these things are done through their security arm. They be around Bam all the time. How many was it in the park? 40? This and that? Oh, yes. The Zulu Warriors knows a lot. The first to tell her son, take that video down.
The audience needs to understand that this presentation is in no way to slander anyone who will be mentioned here, and I have prepared this with no malice, even though I do take issue with Layla Wills' attempts to have me convicted on false charges alleging that I committed crimes against her after she placed a strategic lawsuit for public participation on me back in 2018 in Cook County, Chicago, in the state of Illinois.
So no malice, even though I take issue with what she did to me. I might call her a hood rat. I ain't gonna call her no B no more, because that's totally disrespectful. And I don't want to be totally disrespectful to her. But I'm up in arms. I'm totally hot, because this premonition came to me when I realized she got the Nation of Islam, the Black Panthers, and the O Block niggas up in Cook County waiting for me to come back there so they can kill me. So when she reached past this internet and gave false allegations of what was going on this internet, and then tried to take my life with those false allegations, she became a bastard of the party, because you're not supposed to do that to so-called other blacks. And I was somewhat black still back then. Though I was an Israelite, not a Hebrew Israelite, I was still a black man back in them days.
Everything that I will be addressing here is facts that I can support in a court of law if need be, but this is mainly to ask a series of questions in front of the general audience that will help people to develop an understanding of how I believe many who claim to seek justice for the children alleged to be abused by Afrika Bambaataa have actually been employed to cover up the crimes of statutory rape of minors and possible deaths by Bambaataa and in an attempt to create confusion to assist and maintain the Zulu Warriors Security Company.
Afrika Bambaataa has actually been employed to cover up crimes of statutory rape of minors and possible deaths by Bambaataa in the Zulu nation. Because remember, the Zulu warriors always around.
The short list of individuals I will be discussing in this episode is as follows: Brother Shep and his ties to Zulu Nation and the Black Panthers, Fred Hampton Jr. of Chicago Black Panthers, Hassan Menzinger of the New Black Panther Party, Malik Zulu Shabazz of the Black Lawyers for Justice and New Black Panther Party, Khalil Amani, a federal witness who testified against Miami-based cult leader Yahya Ben Yahya, Mickey Benson, manager for hip-hop artists like Fat Joe and Ice-T and Zulu Warriors Security Company, Ronald Savage for the hip-hop movement, Hassan Campbell, Troy Star Torrain, and Layla Wills.
Gotta talk about them all, y'all. Because they've been racketeering over YouTube for a minute. One of the main participants is Troy Star Torrain.
Some of the key questions that will be asked in this podcast is: 1. Why has Layla Wills never addressed Hassan Campbell's claims that he and not the John Doe said he was going to take Afrika Bambaataa to court for his allegations of childhood statutory rape against Afrika Bambaataa using New York State's Child Victim Act?
Huh? Why haven't Layla Wills pressured Hassan Campbell on that at all, people? I'm going to take it a little bit by a little bit. Because it's like a cow. You got to spit the cud back up and chew it in it. Don't be a glutton and try to take this and be like the pig and put it in there and it just go through your system.
Why has Layla Wills not addressed Hassan Campbell's as it relates to her current disputes with Ronald Savage, and in light of the fact that Hassan Campbell claims he was given a picture by Afrika Bambaataa to murder an underage teenage boy who was alleged to have stabbed Afrika Bambaataa and his manager Ahmed Henderson following a statutory rape on April 1, 2013? Why has Layla Wills never addressed the Black Panther affiliations to the Zulu Nation as it relates to Brother Shep?
Why haven't she addressed none of these things? Because you cowards out there would never ask her any questions. You let her play your mama and stick her rotten titty in your mouth so you can get some rotten milk. But see, I respect women, but I don't respect them to that degree and let them run over me and treat me like I'm some simp. They'll never respect you.
Why has Layla Wills ignored or failed to address Troy Star Torrain and his affiliations to Mickey Benson and Universal Zulu Nation as it relates to Ronald Savage and Hassan Campbell? Why has Layla Wills ignored Khalil Amani's affiliation to Zulu Nation as it relates to Xavier Bay and DJ K-Slay? I want to make it clear that Layla Wills may very well have interviewed with DJ K-Slay prior to his untimely demise, but she has yet to address the topic in any detail as it relates to Khalil Amani and his Ed Upperman Report interview, where he alleged that DJ K-Slay, as a teenager and member of Universal Zulu Nation in New York City, Black Spades used to go traffic other teenage boys to Afrika Bambaataa.
How you gonna have a documentary talking about trafficking and all this stuff and not address Mickey Pence, Universal Zulu Nation, his relationship with Ron Savage and Hassan Campbell? Because he was on the phone with Hassan Campbell as he was talking to Troy Star Torrain, saying take that video down. Get the video, this and that. Troy Star Terrain has the audio where her son Camel had called in and told him all about it. You know why I know? Because I spoke to Troy Star Terrain and he sent me the email with the audio and everything. But I'm not a part of this, huh? Okay, we'll see. If y'all want to win your court cases, you better come to the source.
Layla Wills, as you all may know, is a Chicago-based journalist who created the documentary Trapped in a Culture. Trapped in a Culture was said to have been created with the mission to expose Afrika Bambaataa and the Universal Zulu Nation for sex trafficking and the molestation of countless teenage boys over the span of over 40 years. Layla Wills also has admitted that she once was affiliated with the Nation of Islam and a member of Chicago Black Panthers.
So there's two ties in. The Nation of Islam was there on the night of the stabbing of Afrika Bambaataa, which they say one stab. That's what they put in the papers and stuff, right? Now, the Nation of Islam knows. Layla Will was a part of it. And she was also a part of the Chicago-based Black Panthers, which tied her in with another bastard of the party, Brother Shep.
So first up in our list, I want to address Brother Shep, who claims ties to the Black Panthers and the Universal Zulu Nation. Brother Shep is significant in this episode as he is the first individual to my knowledge who openly spoke out against Hassan Campbell around the time of 2015 or 2016, alleging that Hassan Campbell in his belief was a pro-intel or counterintelligence agent of the government sent to attack Afrika Bambaataa and the Universal Zulu Nation by the United States government.
The first person sent by the Zulus to address the fact that her son Campbell, based on Troy Star Terrain playing his audio and stuff, was counterintelligence, pro, as he used the term. The son spoke about it. They had conversation about it. That's how, like I said, when later Wheels reached past the internet and tried to have me murdered by the Nation of Islam, the Black Panthers, and no Black people, this revelation came to me.
Layla Wills, who decided to make Hassan Campbell a star or a key whistleblower in her documentary Trapped in a Culture, has shown selected reasoning as it relates to Hassan Campbell. Over the course of about 7 years, Layla Wills has failed to acknowledge Hassan Campbell's attack on minor children of individuals on YouTube. Layla Wills has failed to address the various publicity stunts Hassan Campbell has done following participating in her film, including brandishing illegal firearms on camera, or even the latest stunt where he was openly seen terrorizing residents of Bronx River housing projects and later claiming he was shot as he was seen live on YouTube out in the New York City housing projects, disturbing the peace and screaming rhetorically against the residents. Layla Wills has not shown solidarity to the Black Panther Brother Shep, who warned the world that Hassan Campbell was either an informant for the government or that he was part of what Brother Shep called pro-intel.
Pro-intel. Layla Wills hasn't addressed that at all. She never addresses anything to do with her son Campbell because her brother Star gave him an award and made him a man of honor. Well, you cannot question her son Campbell or say nothing about her son Campbell, because Troy Star Terrain and the Snitch Network gave him a little trophy.
Who was born in the city of Chicago and well aware of Fred Hampton Jr. of Chicago Black Panthers, and the questions I have as it relates to the Zulu Nation is, are we witnessing a cover-up by members of the Black Panthers in solidarity with the Nation of Islam and the Moors? Is individuals who affiliate with the Black Panthers being employed to assist in keeping the racketeering and influence corrupt organization of the Zulu Warriors Security Company in operation?
Yes. Because they're in Chicago, they're in Atlanta, they're in New York, they're in a lot of places, people, where these people frequent. they're making money with Troy Star Terrain, Sonetta. It's a conglomerate of them. They're everywhere. Why you think 10 Toes Down everywhere? Sonetta Cuss, and they making money together. Some of this stuff is family business. That's why you got to look at these families and how they tie in into masonry, all type of stuff. Frats, fraternities, sororities, Eastern Stars, all these, the boule.
I want to next address the now deceased former head of New Black Panther Party Hassan Mzingua. Now I personally was introduced to Hassan by a former affiliate of mine who many know on YouTube as the Digital Pit Boss. I actually was able to speak to Hassan Mzingua briefly before his passing to address my mission in finding out the truth about the 2013 victim of Afrika Bambataha, and that I was concerned with his whereabouts as it relates to Hassan Campbell confessing that there was a hit order given out to him and other Zulu warriors to execute the young man. I used my account with Hassan Mzingua to inform you all that he directly warned me that what I was involved in was a powerful organization and that he declined to assist me, as he expressed that the power of the universal Zulu nation was immensely embedded to the degree that he declined to want to get entangled with the corruption I was informing him of.
Immensely embedded to the degree that he declined, that he wanted to get entangled with the corruption that I was informing him about before he passed, the head at the time of the New Black Panther Party. And don't think that Mighty Hebrew and that brother from Philly, what's his name? He was the New Black Panther. Threatened my life and did all of that. People, I done had everything happen to me.
Now where I began to make my ties or my allegations of interference of the Black Panthers and the New Black Panther Party as it relates to Layla Wills and potential cover-up of crimes on behalf of Zulu Nation by those organizations is in mentioning simply by name none other than Malik Zulu Shabazz of the Black Lawyers for Justice and New Black Panther Party.
Malik Zulu Shabazz. I don't know if the computer said it good enough, but I will emphasize Malik Zulu Shabazz.
Is everybody seeing that Malik Shabazz goes by the middle title of Zulu?
Go by the middle title of Zulu. That's why I emphasized.
Malik Zulu Shabazz, who is an attorney, literally sat on Sonetta TV on YouTube and addressed bomb threats being made by Hassan Campbell to have the Sonetta TV Awards in New York City false flagged with a bomb threat, and following he did absolutely nothing to have Hassan Campbell prosecuted for domestic terrorism, or followed up as he claimed that he was not going to let anything happen to the event, but also did not report Hassan Campbell for his actual real threats.
So, a once former leader of the the New Black Panthers, heard this man make bomb threats and threats on another TV and all of that. He did absolutely nothing to harm that guy for doing that stuff. That's what brought about the Bronx River shooting and everything else, because no one stopped him, and as he kept going, it kept getting worse. Malik Zulu Shabazz allowed that to happen. Just like Layla Wills allowed all the other stuff to happen once she heard from me that her son took a picture to murder the boy, but never did anything.
I personally believe that none of these people care about children or the youth as it relates to the claims against Zulu Nation outside of how it may benefit them financially, but certainly not as it relates to real justice that would involve the arrest and prosecution of the individuals like Mickey Benson or Muhammad Stanley Bel Islam or Ahmed Henderson, and most importantly Afrika Bambataha.
So nobody wants them locked up. That's the financial arm of their system. Why lock up the financial arm of the system? My son told you how everybody eats off of it and do this, and they're protected with their lives and everything else. Layla Wills is a part of that. True Star Terrain is a part of that. They don't stand with victims of Bambaataa. They stand with survivors of Bambaataa, because if you find the victims that did survive, they wouldn't help get Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation prosecuted. So they just stand with survivors, not victims.
In my opinion, a multi-million-dollar racket has been ongoing for at least 8 years as it relates to these allegations against Afrika Bambaataa and the Universal Zulu Nation, and I believe other groups have been employed to assist in cover-ups, including members of the Nation of Islam and affiliate of the Black Panthers like Layla Wills.
Yes, I had Nation of Islam members come over to my channel talking crazy to me. The Nation of Islam ain't into pedophilia and all of that. Well, what happened to Malcolm? Why did y'all kill Malcolm? We'll talk about that some other time. Y'all been a try the young Pharaoh with me.
I agree that opinions are like holes and we all have them, but what I am speaking on here is supported in facts, like how I recently heard Troy Star Torin on a telephone call on his platform speaking to Hassan Campbell and asking him openly if he would like him to set up a sit-down with Mickey Benson and Afrika Bambaataa after we saw the closure campaign of Ronald Savage as it relates to his allegations against Afrika Bambaataa.
So how can Troy Star Terrain set up a sit down with Mickey Benson and Afrika Bambaataa if he ain't cool with Mickey Benson and Afrika Bambaataa? But he's supposed to be on the side of Layla Wills, because Troy Star Terrain said he's cool with the Zulu Nation. Khalil Amani said he's cool with the Zulu Nation. Blah blah blah. All these people have been cool with the Zulu Nation, taking information from the Zulu Nation and all of this stuff. Layla Wills ain't did this. She had no affiliations with those that are affiliating with them. She hadn't heard the stories. She ain't in the circle. She ain't in the know. She just a dumb bride from Chicago with no sense, but she an investigator, reporter, and all that. You can't tell me she don't know all this stuff that's going on and what she could do and this and that. She just caught up and run Savage butthole.
Why has Layla Wills in her dispute with Ronald Savage failed to address that Star Troy Torin has always maintained a relationship with Mickey Benson? Layla Wills has been cherry-picking as she fights against Ronald Savage but openly supports Hassan Campbell, who right before the deadline of the New York State Child Victims Act stated on YouTube that he was taking Afrika Bambaataa to court himself, and not to be confused with the John Doe who has a case on Bambaataa in New York State Bronx Supreme Court, but said from his mouth that he was tired of all this and he was going to do it.
Why she ain't never say nothing to her son Campbell and do all the things that she doing to run and stuff? Oh, because this is about the standing with survivors. Once again, they don't stand with victims. They stand with survivors. If you survive, Bam, we can have your monkey tail on camera and talk to you and make some money, because it's all about making money.
Troy Star Torin in his telephone call lied to the general audience as he told Hassan Campbell that he was brave, and then stated that Hassan Campbell, as opposed to Ronald Savage, never said he was taking Afrika Bambaataa to court, and that was a blatant lie, as many know. Hassan Campbell, in fact, did the exact same things they are now attacking Ronald Savage over.
Did the exact same things they're attacking Ronald Savage over. Never said one word to her son Campbell. Why? Because her son Campbell is the YouTube money machine. Call him the washing machine.
Now we get to Khalil Amani, a known confidential human source who snitched on his former cult leader Yahya Ben Yahya as he became a federal witness in the 1980s and informed on Yahya. Why has Layla Wills never addressed that Khalil Amani was offered a movie deal by Zulu Nation affiliate Sabir Bey, and how he too was aligned directly with Zulu Nation? And I am saying to help cover up Afrika Bambaata's crimes as alleged.
So I believe I put the audio out there of Shamir Bey offering Khalil the money, a movie deal on his Yahweh Ben Yahweh coat life and everything to get what they wanted from him. The same way they offered Ron Savage $100,000 and stuff. Come on, people. There's a lot of people that's involved in this stuff that's been did some very snakish things, but no one talks about it.
How I determined that Khalil Amani is not working to bring justice to the victims of Afrika Bambaataa involves him telling me in a Facebook post that he was not going to go to his handlers at the Federal Bureau of Investigation and report the crimes of Hassan Campbell.
He said, I ain't gonna do it, and if I did do it, I won't tell you.
Khalil Amani, in my opinion, as far back as 2008 or 2009, was always in a position to have Afrika Bambaataa investigated, and certainly after DJ Slay informed him on the statutory rape of the underage Hispanic or Latino teenage boy by Afrika Bambaataa in 2013, he had all the information to put an end to the sex trafficking of Universal Zulu Nation.
He never wanted to do it. And I'm not going to call him out his name, but he was a punk. He was a woman vagina.
Everything that came to light in 2016 when Ronald Savage came out with his face and Hassan Campbell was forced back out by Troy Star Torrain, as he alleges was supposed to have been dealt with, as Khalil Amani was well in the know. Layla Wills, as a Black Panther Cubware affiliate, has had all the evidence she needs since she became involved to have Universal Zulu Nation prosecuted criminally and not just civilly as it relates to Hassan Campbell and Mickey Benson. Layla Wills, as an affiliate of Troy Star Torrain, is well in the know that Mickey Benson, who is now aligned with Ronald Savage, is also affiliated to Troy Star Torrain.
She knows she ain't gonna do nothing about it though, because she know y'all don't know and y'all not gonna talk about it. But me, I know, and I'm gonna talk about it.
Layla Wills should be well informed that the telephone call given to Hassan Campbell of Ronald Savage being bribed back around 2016 by Mickey Benson is a process crime, as it related to covering up crimes that by statute are criminal, and as it relates to sex trafficking of minors or molestation and potential murders or victims and whistleblowers. All of these issues is why I take the stance that the organization Hip Hop stands with survivors, whether it belongs to Layla Wills or Ronald Savage, is a fraudulent organization, as it is my belief that none of them are seriously seeking justice for victims who actually may not have survived these ordeals with Afrika Bambaataa and the Universal Zulu Nation, and greater to keep government contracts flowing for security details of the Zulu Warriors Security Company.
So they can get that money. Because the Zulu Nation is on 6 of the 7 continents, and they get money, and then they disperse the money. The Zulu Nation get money, and Hassan Campbell get money. It's called a laundromat, people.
I believe people like Fred Hampton and others' names have either been misrepresented or severely diminished by these modern Black Panthers and new Black Panthers, and I believe as it relates to Universal Zulu Nation, Hassan Campbell, Layla Wills, and many others, that we are all witnessing the biggest cover-up in modern history of real sex crimes against minors and adults. I myself called the FBI on Hassan Campbell, and I believe that the government corruption turned a bullseye onto me and my platform instead of on the people who are actually covering up for Afrika Bambaataa and committing real crimes against the communities online and off, who would rally to see justice brought to these satiations. Before I close, I want to also make a point that many have played around with the age of the victims of Afrika Bambaataa to minimize the severity of the crimes. But I have audio of California-based Zulu Nation World Council member DJ Mark Love, where he claims that Universal Zulu Nation is also involved with illegal sex trafficking of adult women as well.
Yep. Straight stun.
What I have been saying for years to my audience is either way you place these events, all roads as it relates to Universal Zulu Nation and Afrika Bambaataa and the alleged victims is criminal. There is nothing wrong with civil justice, which it's always civil as it relates to commercial interest, but the criminal prosecution is being circumvented by individuals in my belief and sound-minded opinion by the acts and or omissions by people affiliated with Black Panthers, Nation of Islam and Layla Wills and Troy Star Torain.
Yep.
If anybody has an issue with Israel Doctrine Entertainment LLC or thinks that I am wrong in my opinion or with the facts I have presented, then let's see who goes to jail in the near future for all of these events and who gets rich over YouTube by grifting in the online community like Hassan Campbell has. Let us all bear witness to the coming months ahead and see how far this next cycle of cover-ups goes. And I say that because I am the only one who spent a day in jail, albeit on false charges, but associated with individuals like Layla Wills tied to this Afrika Bambaataa molesting underage boys narrative. Until I see somebody else hit a jail cell associated with these allegations against Afrika Bambaataa, everything they all said back in 2013, 2016, and now in 2024 is questionable.
Everything is questionable. Until some other guilty parties get their head thrown in jail.
Hit the like, share the video and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get a notification when we get ready for our next powerful presentation.
So with that said, y'all know I'm gonna be up out of here. I'm gonna play some music like always. And when I play this music, please enjoy the music. I enjoy the music. That's why I'm playing the music for you all. So we're gonna play this track right here. I played it yesterday. It's Soul of a Gangster. Soul of a Gangster, people. So let's get the track played and let's get ready to get up out of here.
Yeah, I go hard for this bread, 5 bricks in the stash box, dodging the feds. Fuck me, become part of the dead. Got revolvers long enough to poke God in the head. Teach y'all to stack y'all dough, the crack God, the black hot flow. Act like y'all don't know, you feeling me? Y'all think a nigga rhyming for this dough. I just bought a pair of skis cause I'm flying through this snow. Oh, these niggas don't want no beef. Necessarily, these niggas is so sweet. Cause I'll send his ass to heaven, start beefing at 10:30. He dead by 11. Had your mama in the front row staring at the reverend. Cause these bullets come straight for your head like Excedrin. Slide stop a nigga clock when the gunfire. You niggas playing these games, but I'm the umpire. Nah, it's none higher.
A lot of y'all talking loud, but you know you ain't gon' ride out. Now Charlie ain't much for loud. Better show me just what I'm about. Trust me, not saying more than beats. I was raised in these streets. Got the soul of a G.
Let me give you my soul. Early 90s, late
80s. New phenomenon called crack babies. Have my family smoking, half selling it, uncle tooting it. Always bragging about that old Lil Ruka shit. The Hunters was a war zone. Niggas flicking honey spokes. BMs was terrorizing opposition and the folks. Niggas sick, I'm the antidote. Split a blood sucker's cantaloupe. Fuck you and the Pope. I paint the picture like Van Gogh. Y'all paint the pictures of Sambo. Assholes ain't feeling froggish and tadpoles. Get money, don't get mad cause you cash low. I'ma rule longer than Castro. I lie not. No, sucker, I ride hot. Wheels like they just got peeled off the lot. Watch as the Hunters get peeled off the knot. Reach for them, they gon' watch your ass rock. That's the soul of a gangster.
Still out of y'all talking loud, but you know you ain't gon' ride out. Now Charlie ain't much for loud, but to show you just what I'm about. Trust me, this is more than beats. I was raised in these streets, got the soul of a G. Yeah, that's gangsta.
Come across the chest, blessed to the Blackstones, whooping ops on the bus stop with blue and black on. Cool with the Lord's warm with the GDs, went behind it back and sold books to the BDs. A quick gangbang, got on some sticker shit. I ain't give a fuck, I stuck up niggas that I kick, laid them on the floor and told them don't take it personal. Came up in the sandbox, you don't make me murder, yeah. Now everybody is a gunslinger in my line of fire, it requires more than one banger. That's why I keep the hammer on me like a carpenter. Matter of fact, I keep the cannon on me like photographers. Yeah, these rappers talking like they got pistols, knowing that these niggas suffered in the best tissue. Back in the day, they wouldn't have pulled it, now they gangsters. Knowing you will shoot footage at a graduation.
Still out of y'all talking loud, but you know you ain't gon' ride out. Now Charlie ain't much for loud, better show you just what I'm about. Trust me, this is more than beats. I was raised in these streets, got the soul of a G. Now that's gangsta.
Shout out to Gunso. With that said, people, I'm out. Y'all listen to another episode of Israel Doctrine Drama Hour. You know I always got to put Israel Doctrine with anything that I'm affiliating with Israel Doctrine. So that way, nobody can sue me and say I stole the idea. Because if I said Panthers, it'll be Israel Doctrine Panthers. It won't be Black Panthers, this and that. Stop naming your stuff after black. I'm up out of here though, y'all. Peace.